Yeah.
Hello. Today we are going to be learning about square roots
Lesson 2.9.
in the mp.ak book. Now, if you don't already know about it, which most of you already should have some basic knowledge about what a square root is and how you solve it, those kind of things, But today, for the sake of the mp.ak that is going to be coming up soon, we are going to be going over it for anyone who may have forgotten or Okay, so what is a square root? Square root is the root of a square, or the number being multiplied by itself to get a given number.
We are going to start off with a teaching example. It might be easy, but it gives yourself the concept. Our first problem is the square root of 25. We have to figure out what this is. An equation to solve this is x times x equals 25. X can equal any number, and we have to find that number. The first number that I like to try is 1. So 1 times 1 is 1.
No
and
kidding!
That is not our answer. Now let's try 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. Or 2 squared equals 4. And that is not the correct or right.
It's not the right answer, ladies and gentlemen.
How about 3? Or maybe 4. So let's say 3 times 3 equals 9, and 4 times 4 is 16. Not right answer. The next number in line is 5. And look at that. 5 times 5, or 5 squared, is in fact 25. So the answer to our problem, the square root of 25, is 5. Woo! Works. What is this? Oh my god. It is now time for teaching example number 2. The problem that I prepared for you is the square root of 121. Now we have to find this answer in the same manner that we found the first one. Now we can start off with 1, seeing that 1 times 1 does equal 1, but that will take too long. So let's try 10, because it equals an even, or a starting number of 100. So 10 squared equals 100. Now, class, what comes after 10? Let's see. Is it 15? How about 32? Are these right? No. The next number in line after 10 is in fact 11. And 11 times 11 equals 121.
With grass under
Now
it.
here's the fireworks. The fireworks. These are fireworks. We are now moving on a whole new project. It's now time for guided practice. Our guided practice example is the square root of 169. Now what could that possibly equal? Now to solve this, what shall we do first?
You tell us.
We take our starting number of 100, or 10 squared, and we see if 169 is greater than 100, and in fact it is. So our answer must be greater than 10. Now from our last problem, we know that 11 times 11 is 121. So, and 12 times 12 is 144. And 169 is greater than 144. So our answer must be greater than 12. Now class, how about the number 13? What do you guys think about that? Let's see. 13 times 13, or 13 squared, equals what? Now you tell me. You'll get the answer in 3, 2, 1. 13 times 13 does equal 169. So our answer is 13.
Okay, new teacher here, Mariah. We have guided example number 2. So we have the square root of 64 plus the square root of 4, and we have to find what that equals. So we start by solving the square root of 64, which you learned from Alex, after you solve it out, equals 8. Then you can furthermore go on to the square root of 4, which is pretty easy and equals 2. So now we have 8 plus 2, which equals 10.
See what Alex teaches you.
So that's how you get the answer to a problem like this. You solve the first square root, then the second square root, and add them together, or subtract them if it is subtraction. Okay, so here we have a word problem in which I drew a square, and the area of the square is 81, and we need to find the length of the side. So as most of you know, the area of a square, the formula is area equals side squared for a square. So then we know the area is 81, so you plug it in. 81 equals s squared. Now to get this easier, so that it conjoins with our lesson, we would do the square root of 81 equals s, because as you know, something squared is the square root of whatever. So if you use the information taught by Alex in the previous examples, you would know that the square root of 81 equals 9. So 9 is the side length of the square, because 9 times 9 equals 81. And do not forget to label your units in this case. Okay, so now we're going to have an independent problem that I'm going to write a problem and you're going to solve it, and I'm going to later go on how to solve it. Okay, so we have the square root of 100 minus the square root of 49. Okay, so it has been about 20 or 15 to 20 seconds. So the answer you should have is 3, because square root of 100 equals 10, and the square root of 49 equals 7, and 10 minus 7 equals 3. Okay, so next we have the quantity of the square root of 4 plus the square root of 16. That quantity times times square root of 36. Now I'll give you 20 seconds to solve this, or actually 40 seconds, because this is a little bit tougher, but I have faith in all of you, and I think you all can do it. Okay, so the answer that you should have gotten is 36. Okay, because the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 16 is 4. So we have 2 plus 4 times the square root of 36, which is 6. So we have 6 squared, which is 36. So that is the answer that you should have gotten. So this concludes our lesson for square roots. Remember, it's lesson 2.9 in the NJ book. If you ever need some, more referencing.
Do you guys know what you use?
Square roots are cool.
That's awful.
Enjoy your day, ladies.